Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Cool C.
Hey.
Hey. And for everyone that has joined us on this Wednesday, December the 8th, thank you so very much for joining us. This is our annual meeting, PBCIP, Parkside Business and Community and Partnerships 2021 annual meeting. This is our second virtual meeting since the pandemic hit. So this is still kind of new to us, but we're going to do it. I just want to thank everyone who has joined us so far. I am now waiting for my one person who should be here momentarily.
Sheila, can you hear me?
Yes,
He's there.
I hear you.
Hi, happy holiday, everybody.
Hi,
It's Michael.
Mike.
Yep.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Happy holidays.
Hi,
Hello.
Michelle.
Same to everyone.
Oscar.
Happy holidays.
Everyone.
Happy
Hello.
holidays.
Hello, all.
Hi.
Hi,
So good to see everybody. Chris,
Hey,
can you hear me?
Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
Sheila, I can't see you.
Hi.
Hi, Michelle. It's Michael. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
She's there. She's there, Chris.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't see anyone, but I could hear y'all.
Can you
I
turn
can
your
see
volume up a little?
I'm going to try and switch to my laptop. Give me 1 second.
Is that jazz in the background at a comfortable level, everyone?
Yep, I hear it.
Very nice.
Sounds good.
Good.
I'm getting good at this, Sheila.
Yes, you are. Very good at it. That's so cool. So, Councilman Pastor Collins.
Like 1 minute away.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Hi, Connie. How are you?
Hi, cousin.
So I just want to reflect just for a split second on the fact that last year, this time, we were basically on lockdown. Couldn't go nowhere. Didn't know what we were doing. Didn't know what was going on. And everything was a problem. And by the grace of the Almighty, we did some phenomenal things. Got through the end of 2020, and now we're walking through the end of 2021. So with that being said, I'd like to start us off with prayer with our own councilman, Pastor Chris Collins, Ward 2. Going to just pray for us and make sure that we're all under the same umbrella of protection.
All right. If everyone can just bow their heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, thanking you for this opportunity to come before your throne. Thanking you for this opportunity to come together as Parkside Business and Community in Partnership. We thank you for our leadership, for our Executive Director, Bridget Pfeiffer and her team, her staff. We thank you, Father God, for our city and the progressive movement that you're allowing us to be able to do in the Parkside community. I ask that you bless us all tonight, bless us as our families, bless us as we go through this holiday season. We pray that you keep your arms of love and protection around each and every one of us and our family and friends. We thank you and we glorify you. In the name of our Lord, we pray. Amen.
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 Amen. So, we're going to start off. Okay. There you go.
Great choice, Cool C. And it's gone. It left.
So I just need to understand how we got this thing going here. Okay. Seems like I don't have any control over my screen anymore. Okay.
Can you see the agenda?
I can see the agenda, but I don't have any control over the screen. And
I know,
don't
I'm just
know.
waiting for her to start. Or you could just go, I'll pull up the poll, Sheila. So just go ahead and do your introduction.
But I'm saying I don't have control over my screen. My participants are in the middle of the screen, and the background has the information on the agenda. So I'm trying to figure out why I can't control my screen.
Miosha's got you. Just if you have a copy of your agenda, let's just continue to go through the flow. So we got you.
Okay.
Yep. And there was one comment in the chat room that Moto G Pure can't hear. So they can't hear the conversation. I'm not sure who that is, but
Yeah.
MG.
I'm not sure either, but it probably has something to do with their volume on their end. I can send something back in the chat. So Sheila, we're ready for you.
Okay, so we want to just get a basic what we called a mood of Parkside. See what's going on with us. How are we feeling? And we have a poll that we would like for you to respond to in the chat
It's
as
right.
I ask the questions, and then you will answer the question within the chat. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 7, how do you feel today? Do you feel good, great, bad, poor, blah, 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 whatever? Okay.
So you can either put your answer 1 through 7 in the chat or select the button on your screen because we've launched this poll on the screen.
Mhm.
Okay, we got almost half the people participating in the poll already. Good.
Good.
Give it a couple more seconds.
Okay. And Miosha is doing the polling. So she's going to let you know how you guys are kind of like working that out.
Couple of more minutes. Hopefully everybody's participating. And we'll close her on out. Okay, it's been a minute. So here's the results on the screen. All right, so we have, great. The majority of everyone says they're number 1. They're feeling great. So I'm glad to hear that. Aren't we all glad to hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So in one word, how would you describe the week past, the month past? How would you describe it in one word in the chat? Great, poor, interesting, scary. And you can go ahead and you can go ahead and respond in the chat with that as well.
We have busy, great, good, great, full, hectic, productive. I like that. We're very good. Extremely busy and blessed. Always love that.
We've got a lot of good going
Happy.
on.
Oh, that's good. Happy.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
No, I didn't get that second one.
Okay. Got a lot of good feedback, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now we know when it's
Prayers.
closed. Yoshi.
We're still getting a couple of responses.
Okay.
Sad. Oh,
Yeah.
we're sorry.
Prayers for whoever said sad. Yeah. Someone said okay. Okay. I think we got a lot of good responses. I think that
right.
might be it, Sheila, with the responses.
And our last poll question is, what is your favorite memory of the Christmas holiday past?
Hmm.
You mean the one that just passed or in the past?
In the
just
past. In the past.
in the past, like any past. Childhood, don't matter.
I definitely agree with Connie Adams. Family dinners,
Yeah,
family gatherings.
absolutely.
Somebody put Councilman Chris Collins said my brand new 5-speed bike. Someone said their kids' happy faces, getting train sets and electric cars.
You know,
Their mother's baking.
It's been a long time since I could fit on a 5-speed.
Decorating Christmas tree. I heard listening to Silent Night by the Temptations, playing music with the whole family, Pollyanna fun, family and friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's our last question, and Mia shall let us know when the poll is closed.
This was just in the chat, so polls
Okay.
closed. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to move right along. The Neighborhood Preservation Program Survey is going to be conducted tonight by our financial director, Ms. Sarah Drummond. Sarah.
You're muted, Sarah.
Why?
There you go.
Why does it always happen? I'm always muted when it's my turn. Anyway. Good evening, everyone. Sarah Drummond. I'm PBC's financial director, and it's good to see you all on Zoom on your beautiful faces tonight. It's hard to believe that we're already approaching a 2-year anniversary of the awful, dreadful pandemic, but thank God, thank and praise God, we're all here to see another year and to celebrate our annual meeting. Some of you may know that I'm a native Park Cityan and a proud graduate of Camden High School, class of 1978, the great 78. And to be honest, I get a little emotional when I talk about Parkside. When I talk about growing up here in Parkside, because it was wonderful. I mean, we had the best childhood. We did everything. And so I get a little emotional when I talk about Parkside, when I talk about Parkside of the past. And when I talk about Parkside of the future, I get really excited now that I'm here and with a seat at PBCIP, playing a vital role in, helping us continue to revitalize the neighborhood, continue to have us grow and strengthen our stakeholders. So to get us started, I don't know if anybody knows, but I was a former cheerleader, so I'm ready to go. Get us started. I'm going to start off with a little chant. And please unmute yourself and jump right in. It's real simple. It's going to be an easy, simple cheer chant. And it goes something like this. Give me a P. P. Give me an A.
Hey.
Give me an R.
R.
Give me a K.
K.
Give me an S.
S.
Give me an I.
I.
Give me a D.
D.
Give me an E.
E.
What do we love? Hey! Where do we eat, live, play, and shop? Parkside.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have a couple questions for you guys, and you can put this in the chat, or you can maybe just say it out loud. Does anyone know the name of the 500-seat movie theater that was located on Hatton Avenue? Anyone? Get any answers?
The Roxy.
Nope.
That's
on Broadway.
Yeah, that was Broadway.
In Parkside.
No, it's in
Parkside.
Parkside.
In
The
Parkside.
Signs, I thought signs, that's all said Parkside.
The park side.
What did you say, Michelle?
The Parkside movie theater.
Park side.
The Parkside movie theater. Good answer, Michelle. And did you know there were 500 seats in that movie theater? When I think about that, it just blows my mind to think that something like that was right there on Hatton Avenue, where the church is there.
And Sarah, could you hold for some?
Someone
We
has
have
the
a lot of
TV up.
background
Yeah,
noise.
it's a lot of background noise.
Yeah. So someone needs to mute themselves.
Yeah, so
You're muted.
Yes, Sarah muted herself by accident.
okay. 500 people were able to go to the movies at any one given time and review a movie. Does anybody remember the pool that was at Farnham Park? I'm talking about back in the 30s, late 30s, early 40s. And how many people were able to go to that pool at one point, at one time, any given particular time of the day? Anybody know?
Michelle Banks Barron said 1,000.
No. Nope.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I'll let everybody know. 5,000 people were able to go to that pool, and it was a county pool, but it was located at Farnham Park. So, just growing up in the 70s, I can remember a vibrant neighborhood with very few unoccupied homes, businesses up and down the Hatton Avenue business corridor, all kinds of youth activities and facilities like the Mayor's Youth Council. We had drill teams. We had karate instructions. We learned how to play tennis.
We had a library.
Yeah, a library. What about the library? And families back then, we didn't have many vehicles. Like I know my parents, they had one vehicle. It was probably pretty shabby, shabby. Didn't work that well. It started every now and then. So, for the most part, we were able to get all of our needs met, whether it was what we needed to eat, what we needed to, the services that we needed were all on Hatton Avenue. And I remember the businesses there being like Bell Pharmacy, Don's Insurance Agency, Eli's Cleaners, the Canary Cottage Restaurant, the Soatorium. Boy, did I love the Soatorium. I loved it. I would go there and spend hours looking through pattern books and finding notions and all kinds of stuff, material. Donkeys, which we know is still there. White's 60-minute cleaners. Harry's Hobby Shop. Before it moved out on Route 130, it was right there at Haddon and Kane. And churches, you also had Laurie's Record Shop, Vernon's Variety Store, and Church's Chicken.
And Allie's Barbershop.
And Allie's, yeah, we had plenty of barbershops, and we still do have a lot of barbershops. But how great is it that we still have some of those businesses are still here 50 years later? I'm talking about Donkeys and Bell Pharmacy. I mean, how great is that? And so we now have another chance to revitalize the Hatton Avenue corridor. Earlier this year, PBCIP, in collaboration with the City of Camden, was successful in securing a neighborhood preservation program designation for the Hatton Avenue district. With a 5-year designation, PBCIP will receive $125,000 over the next 5 years to generate visible, tangible change that will be driven by local residents and business owners. As one of 40 communities chosen from a pool of almost 600 New Jersey municipalities, these funds will be used to support new and existing businesses with things such as small business grants, facade improvements, building rehab work, marketing and branding, just to name a few. And guess what? You have an option to have a voice in what takes place on Haddon Avenue. We are seeking feedback from people who live here, work here, shop here, and eat here right along Haddon Avenue. As a part of this funding award, New Jersey Department of Community Affairs is requiring that we conduct this online survey to help determine the projects and priorities designated or designed to revitalize and rejuvenate the area and help with creation of a Haddon Avenue implementation plan. We need your help. We need your outreach. We need you to complete the NPP survey. We are required to get 200 responses of this survey. It's an online survey. It's also on the card. There's a QR code, which is that little box that looks funny. It looks like it has codes. It's called the quick response code. You can hover your phone over it and it will take you directly to the to the actual survey itself. So if you have not completed the survey, please do so. Please let your friends and your family and your neighbors know that this survey is very crucial in determining what's going to take place on Haddon Avenue and how the money will be, used. So if you haven't already, we need 70 more, just 70 more, and we will meet our quota. That's all I have. And now I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful holiday, Christmas.
And the link for the survey is in the chat. So if you'd like to access it now, please check the chat. The link is there for the survey.
Excellent. So that's a very important thing for us to do. Parkside does not work alone. We work as one. Our mantra is we are one. We stand together. We ride like the kids say, we ride together, we die together. But we do what we do together as a neighborhood. We are one of the strongest, longest standing neighborhoods in the city of Camden. Nobody can touch Parkside. I'm sorry, nobody can touch Parkside. So with that being said, please look at your basket. Those of you that got your beautiful basket that has your QR code on the outside, just hover your phone over top of the little square. The phone will do the rest. It'll say something, it'll just pop up and all you got, and the whole thing will pop up and you'll just fill it in and lo and behold, you'll have it done. So, and if you can't do that, there's, you can go to pbcip.org. I'm sure that it's on our website. You can go to pbcip.org and you can do it there. It will be around for a minute, but it's definitely on your gift basket.
Also, could we have anyone that has already taken the survey just write done in the chat?
Sarah, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, I spoke already. No one heard me?
I didn't hear you.
Yes, we heard.
Yes,
Oh,
we all
okay.
heard.
Okay.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 7 people have, 7, 8. So we have a lot of people who said they've done it.
All right.
So there are 34
It
people.
had 42 in there.
Yeah, so there are 34 people left. So
Yay. Come on, Parkside, do it. You guys, you know what to do. When we call on you, you always show up. So let's do it. You showed up for the neighborhood plan. You did that. You got that done. This one's another one. And this one is a lot easier than the neighborhood plan. So moving right along. Okay, my DJ is back. He was frozen for a second. Okay, so next we have urban agriculture poll with Annie Preston. Annie?
Hi, everyone. I haven't met most of you in person yet, but I hope that in the new year we get to meet. My name is Annie, and I just started working with PBCIP this summer, helping with the community gardening efforts. And I've been just trying to support all the beautiful gardens there and try to strategize around how we can make these spaces more open to the community and used by people. So we've been working on a whole list of classes for next year to just have monthly workshops in the gardens and plant giveaways and other things to get people growing, not only in the existing gardens, but in their yards. And so we have a quick poll again. And this came out of the neighborhood plan that you all participated in, with people expressed interest in having the median strips along Park Boulevard be beautified with some more flowers or potentially fruit trees or even exercise equipment or things to make it more usable space in the neighborhood. At least that's what I've come to understand, but I'm still getting to know what folks are interested in. So that's why we're doing a poll to see what you all think. So if you can see, a poll should have popped up on the screen at this point. And it's just quick 4 questions on here.
It's got the host, so I can't control the.
And so we're talking about, the median strips along Park Boulevard, where it's grass and trees for the most part now. So the first question, if you can answer on your screen, are you interested in flowers and fruit trees being planted there? And this picture on the screen is an example of a kind of what people might call food forest, although you could have it even look more aesthetically pleasing or more spaced out if you want to be able to see through, but it's a mixture of fruit trees and a path to walk through and some lower herbs and shrubs. So the first question, would you like flowers or fruits planted there? Second question, would you be interested in using outdoor exercise equipment there? Question 3, what do you think could make these median strips safe for pedestrian access? And question 4, are there 2 segments of the Park Boulevard strips that are a priority for improvement for you? So this is really just to kick off getting community feedback around these spaces and seeing if we want to start with a community design process for 1 or 2 of them and work our way through to implement. But it's all based on what do the people of Parkside want. So if you get a chance to submit your poll, that's great.
All right.
We do have one comment in the chat. Someone says we need to stop people from parking and barbecuing there.
Mm.
And it looks like there's an abundance of people who are really interested in flowers and fruit trees. And the jury's still out about outdoor exercise equipment. It seems like the majority of people say yes, but there are quite a few no's as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Would you guys like me to close out the poll now? Or give people a couple more seconds?
So do we have a lot of responses?
We've got over half of the responses from participants in the meeting.
Cool. And I'll just say, while people are on here, if you want to teach a class about anything gardening or self-sufficiency related next year, just think about that. You could put it in the chat or message me. But we're planning out our whole class schedule for next year that will definitely keep everybody posted on. That'll mostly be in the gardens around food preservation, growing, hot sauce making, tomato canning, making jam, all different kinds of stuff. So you'll be hearing more about that as we settle on our schedule for the springtime. I see some things in the chat. Very valid concerns about maintenance and fallen fruit debris versus flowers. So important stuff to think about. how these spaces will get maintained, and we can stay on top of them if that's the route that we
And there's
go.
another great comment, Annie, put exercise equipment in the park
That
versus,
makes a lot of sense.
yeah.
Yes, would kids be allowed to participate in those activities? Yeah, I definitely want to have some kid and family oriented programs with the workshops too, for sure. And if there's certain garden type activities you would want kids to, you know, be learning about, you can send me a message too, or put it in the chat also. So yeah, I appreciate you guys just taking the time around this, and really looking forward to meeting more people in the gardens next season. Thanks, Miosha, for helping the poll happen. All right, that's it for me. Cool.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you so much. So that's one of the advantages of living in a very environmentally friendly area, which is what Parkside is, because got a lot of greenery. And as you know, we're doing a lot of environmental disasters that's going on around the whole entire country. And, you know, you don't hear about people growing too much or trying to, you know, raise things from the ground again and make things better in the neighborhoods. So this is highly important, you know, that the work that she's doing and the work that Jonathan and the whole Roots to Market team, it's very important that we all participate in it. It's something that we've always done. It's something that we've always learned how to do. And if you don't know how to do it, it's one of the most relaxing things that you can do is to get your hands down in some dirt and plant something and then turn around and watch it come back. So be a participant in that. So then that way we can keep Parkside beautiful and green and, you know, do the things that we can do to make it better for the generations that are yet to come. So now, where are we?
Cool C.
Cool C.
Dance
party.
I think he got booted off by accident. He's probably trying to log. That might be him trying to come in now.
All right.
His name is Calvin, right?
Calvin, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him in here.
Do we want to talk about the meeting topics? Want to get through that very quickly?
Yeah, I don't have the copy of that in front of me, Bridge.
All right, Miosha.
Okay, so there's going to be a poll coming up on everyone's screen. We're just trying to get a quick idea of what meeting topics everyone would like to have in the 2022 coming year. So in just a moment, if you don't see a topic on the poll, feel free to type it into the chat.
And so most of you know that Parkside was actually created by residents of this community who felt like they really wanted to elevate the community for themselves and for families to come. And so as a part of that, the origin of this organization is that there are monthly community meetings. And so we want to be able to bring topics to the meeting that will benefit those who live here. And so every year, our goal is to ask and to respond. And by responding, we want to bring topics to you that you believe are beneficial to your life here in Parkside.
As we mentioned before, please feel free to type in the chat if you don't see a topic that you think would be a good meeting subject. Please.
So Sheila, it looks like neighborhood safety is huge. It's in terms of those who really want to be able to have something topical presented to them.
And then next is how to build wealth and economic power in communities of color, help for seniors, healthy food access, cooking demonstrations, but definitely neighborhood safety is polling at the top.
Yeah, so
Oh.
neighborhood safety, economic power, healthy food access, and engaging youth.
We have how to keep our streets and lots clean in the chat. That's always a good lighting on dark corridors. Those are always good subjects. So glad everyone's participating. Over half the people have participated in the poll. I think we can go ahead and
close it out now.
Yes. Yes, I will, and you'll see the results on the screen.
There's another topic. Thanks, Michelle. Importance of home ownership and how that assists with increasing the property values and not allowing those speculators to push residents out of the community, their own community. And better lighting. Sheila is actually working on an initiative that we'll probably talk quite a bit about in January. That will hopefully give us, an outcome of a lit parkside, lit meaning greater lighting. Yes. It's been a 4-year-long process, right, Sheila? You're muted, Sheila.
Yeah, as I've given birth 4 times already, and the children are growing at this point. So all they can do now is just give me the light that I'm asking for, and I'll be okay. But they said in January, we should see some results. As for that, they did come around. They did a lot of work on the streets, and they're still working on it. So, and I'm not giving up until I get it. I said it'll be the last thing I do before I retire. So.
All right. So it looks like we're still missing Cool C. So do you want to move into the scavenger hunt, do something fun?
Yeah, let's do, let's see, did he come in yet?
No.
No. All right, let's do the scavenger hunt, and then we'll backtrack and we'll go to PBCIP's milestones, or you want to do American Water afterwards?
I think we should do milestones, which would segue nicely to American Water.
Okay, cool.
So maybe
All right.
1 or 2 hunt items. Yeah.
Fun time, fun time, fun time. Okay. As you know, PBCIP doesn't do anything without it coming with a price of some sort. You get something for something. So we're going to do a scavenger hunt. And if you were a participant last year, our scavenger hunt, which was created by our own Sarah Drummond, which was the most fun I think we've had for us to do virtual for the first time. We did a scavenger hunt and we thought it was a great, so we decided, he's back. Yay. So, and he's doing it again. Okay. I think he's just going to be cool. See, you cool? Can you hear me? I'm not sure.
I think he's officially in now. It was taking him a second to connect. So it sounds like he's here. He's just muted.
Okay. Let's see if we can get him muted. Anyway, scavenger hunt. So listen closely and carefully. We have gift certificates, gift cards to give away based on what you're going to bring back. Now, the scavenger hunt consists of you bringing back what it is that I asked for. The first one that brings it back, this has to be a visual. This is not a hand raising. This is not a chat. We have to see it. So I am asking for the basket that you received last year. If you were a member of PBCIP, you received a basket last year. If you have that basket at your house, please bring it to and show it to us.
And Connie Adams has it.
Way to go, Connie.
There you go.
All right, cousin.
Yes,
Way to
yes.
go.
All right. Now, so Connie won the first part of the scavenger hunt. Second, give me the name of the event that was held on September 18th of this year. I just need the name of the event on September 18th.
Write it on a piece of paper and show it.
Or scream it out.
Or unmute and yell it out.
Name of the event on Haddon Avenue.
Yeah, that's
September.
what
You're muted, Michelle.
The Haddon Avenue Block Party.
Got a pop up.
Scavenger
I
hunt.
heard it. Somebody
The
said
Haddon
Pop
Avenue
up.
Block Party.
It's someone with the phone number ended in 1324. Who's
that's
that?
mine.
What did they say?
It's Ollie.
Oh, okay,
Miss
Miss
Ollie?
Williams. Okay.
Yes.
Is that Miss
Okay, Miss
Ollie
Ollie.
Williams?
Yes, ma'am. Miss
Ollie.
Ollie Williams.
Okay,
Hi, Miss Ollie.
congratulations, Miss Ollie.
Okay.
You have a
Thank you.
Wawa gift card. Connie, you have a Jersey
Thanks.
Mike's gift card.
All right. The third part of our scavenger hunt. For those of you that received a basket this year, inside of your basket is a lantern. I need you to actually, this is going to be rough. I need you to get that lantern out. I need you to put the batteries in it, and I need you to bring it back and show it to me lit.
Oh, there it is. Andre
Okay,
Harrison.
who had it? Okay.
Andre Harrison.
Okay.
Rachel Harrison, winner.
Yeah,
We got two people at the
I
same
have the
time.
lantern.
Tony, you were almost there. You just didn't have it lit quick enough, quickly
Yeah.
enough. But
And a lot of people saying, "Oh man, I got the lantern, but no batteries." I can see their voice, lips reading.
Yeah, can't get
Rachel,
upstairs to
you
get 'em.
have a Rachel, you have a Donkey's gift card.
All
So
right.
treat yourself to a Donkey's cheesesteak.
Thank you.
I didn't open it. I thought it was barbecue sauce from Spook.
Well, was there something taped to the top of it, Michelle?
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay, well, you got that. Yeah, not barbecue sauce. It's a very functional,
Very
light.
functional.
So yeah, very functional.
And I just want to give you guys a little background on how that lantern ended up in this basket. The election came November 2nd of this year, and everything was fine. Wednesday, the very next day, Parkside was dark, like dark.
That's right.
Parkside was dark, downtown Camden was dark, Gateway was you couldn't see anything. Everything was dark. And Mayor, who lives here, he calls me, he says, "Sheila, is everything, are you okay?" And I said, "No, we're in the dark." I said, "What do you?" He said, "So am I." So he said, "Do you know what happened?" He said, "He's finding out." So as we were going back and forth and trying to make sure that everybody was okay, one of the things that crossed my mind right then and there was all of the seniors that I know in Parkside that live on their own with these 3 and 4 bedroom houses, and they were in there by themselves. And more than likely they wasn't within a flashlight or whatever. And I happened to see this on television, and it was 3 days beforehand. And they actually pulled it out, and they said, you never have to worry about being in the dark. You don't have to worry about it. You just put your batteries in there and you pop it up, and lo and behold, you'll have light. And we talked about it, and we went out and we found it, and we found a lot of them. So that's the reason why we ended up getting the lanterns, and we're looking forward to hopefully getting some more. I'm talking to the mayor about it now, because I think that every Parkside resident or every Camden City resident actually should all have that. I hope that it comes in handy. It's good indoor and outdoor, so please enjoy it.
It is very bright.
Yes, it is very
Love
bright.
it, love it, love it.
It is very, very bright. It's an LED and it'll last for a while. So, just keep your batteries, close by, but as long as it's closed, the batteries will not die. And don't put it anywhere near any water or any moisture or anything, because batteries do corrode. So if you put it somewhere where it's dry, somewhere where you can get to it right away, all you have to do is pick it up, pop it open, and you got light no matter what. The last part of the scavenger hunt. Well, no, I got two, actually. I would like for you to find me an antique PBCIP t-shirt. T-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie, I don't care. Something from PBCIP's past. I don't care what year it was. You got a t-shirt somewhere, go find it.
Everything. Let somebody else win.
And while you're looking for the t-shirt, for those that are PBCIP members, show your membership card. So we're doing two now. T-shirt and membership card.
Oh, that's a shame. I can't get upstairs fast enough.
Oh, Miss Rogers. I see some movers. I see some people moving around. Oh, Cool C's back. Yay. So glad you're back.
I don't know what was going on over here with this computer.
Never underestimate a Gemini.
They say when in doubt, just a reboot.
That's right.
All right, let's see.
Let's see what we got. It's the last
Membership
part.
Michelle's back. Do you have anything, Michelle?
I found one from I found the one that expired in 2019.
Let me see.
Let's see what you have. It didn't say current. That's old enough. That's old enough.
I said antique. Anything that's before 2021.
Someone has in the chat they never received the card. Yvonne.
Oh, Yvonne, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, there's Miss Naomi.
She got a membership card. Yep.
Yay.
All right, Naomi.
All right, Miss Naomi, we have a donkey gift certificate for you.
Last year.
And a logo. All right, still waiting for a t-shirt.
One t-shirt.
Did Michelle return? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I don't feel like going looking. I had a whole bunch of
Oh my goodness. Well, maybe we should move past that question. It seems like we don't have any takers at the point.
All right, well, since we didn't get a t-shirt, I think we'll close out the scavenger hunt. And we have our winners, all been recorded. And thank you so much for participating. So from there, let's see. We'll see. Can we bring it down a little bit, honey?
How's that?
There you go. Just a little. Thank you. Perfect.
Take our break.
So do we want to go into milestones? Yes.
I think we should.
I think we should.
A little lower.
Is everyone seeing the screen?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So, good evening, and just hoping and wishing that you all will have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. For those who do not know, I am Bridget Pfeiffer. I am the CEO of PBCIP. And I just wanted to take a few moments just to share with you some of our accomplishments, some of the milestones that we actually achieved this year. And I'm really proud because, we were in a very difficult environment with economic and with health challenges as a result of COVID. But in spite of that, we had a very productive, a very high achieving year. And honestly, it would not have been possible without the staff. Sarah, financial director, Miosha, many of you know she's the guru of everything, but she runs our financial literacy program. Sheila, who's our outreach specialist. I could list others as well. And it would not have been possible as well without the support of our board. So Oscar Spencer, I think Deb Moran, Michael Hammond, Naomi, Miss Naomi, Ed Venable, and the list goes on. But some of those achievements I think that are really important and that are very impactful and will really help us to grow and really elevate our ability to make change in this community. One is we have a locally approved, meaning the planning board, city council approved our neighborhood strategic plan. There were over 900 people that participated in this process. And by people, I mean residents, business owners, stakeholders. And I know you guys were fed up with hearing about the neighborhood plan, but really that plan helps us to really be able to leverage up in terms of funding, being able to really have identifiable goals and milestones for what you as a resident would like to see in this community. And so we're so thankful for your input. And that plan, as you can see itemized here, includes this idea of quality, affordable housing. It includes the idea of more recreational activities and open spaces and beautified trailways. It includes a vibrant business corridor. It also includes engagement with our young people in a technology-based industry. And that partnership, our partnership with HopeWorks has really helped us to achieve on that end. And so I'm really excited, thrilled. I don't know if I celebrated more so for anything other than the fact when we were finally approved by the planning board for the neighborhood plan. So thank you. Jonathan Wetstein, do you want to talk a little bit about what's happening in the urban ag space and some of the wins and what's happening in terms of some of the milestones? Jonathan, with us? All right, Annie, do you want to jump in?
Sure, I can fill in what I can. I'm not sure, Jonathan might have just stepped off, but
okay.
And honestly, Travis knows more about this particular program than I do, but urban agriculture apprentices are being hired. And this is high school age students. I mean, this is what happened last year. That's what we're talking about, right? Okay.
Right, exactly.
Cool. Awesome. So yes, the Urban Ag Apprenticeship Program just got going last year. It was also with other community partners in different neighborhoods of Camden. But it's been a lot of good cross-city collaboration with the other urban farms and youth programs. And everybody's still working on figuring out the best ways to engage youth with these gardens, but working on a partnership with Rowan to provide more entrepreneurship education with the youth who participate in the coming year.
Yeah, and I think the big win for that was that we were able to secure some federal dollars from USDA to really help us begin to put the framework together for that initiative. So let's have a big shout out. When I took on this position many years ago, one of the big, agenda items that was handed to me was to create a housing program. And we did that. I mean, we created about 90 for sale housing in the community, 90 units, new homes for sale, and about 150 units of multi-family or senior rental housing. So, we've done some housing, but for about 10 years, there was a gap where there was no funding available for us to really be able to perform and produce housing. And so lo and behold, in 2020, that changed. With Governor Murphy, he actually provided funding through the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. we were able to apply through the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. And we now have a fully funded 10 unit, excuse me, not 10 unit project. And you guys have seen this, you've heard about it. But what you don't know is that we just had our pre-construction conference meeting. Our bank, Fulton Bank, is ready to take us to closing. And so we're anticipating that construction should begin February. Did you hear me? February of 2022. So we're really excited. So there are 4 units that will be developed on the Empire Avenue block, 1 rehab on Haddon Avenue, and then there will be a remaining 5 units on Kenwood and Princess Avenue. So excited. And just shared a little bit about what those homes will consist of. So 12 to 1,600 square feet of living space. Haddon Avenue is certainly our smallest unit. The units vary on Kenwood, Princess, and Empire from about 1,500 square feet to about 1,600 square feet. 3 bedrooms, 1.5 to 2.5 baths, 10-year roof warranty, modern kitchen, Energy Star certified appliance package. And so it's really going to be a modern home that provides an opportunity for a family to begin creating generational wealth for the future of their family. So, you know, I think the role of PBCIP is really to help support and provide that opportunity for families. So we're excited. That's a milestone. Another milestone is we finally got final site plan approval for our Parkside Place 1 and 2 project. And so many of you have heard quite a bit about this. We've invited you multiple times to attend site plan zoning board meetings and to be a part of, you know, giving us a voice to the design. And so now we have approval from local government. We are probably about 90% there in terms of funding the project. There's a significant level of funding that has been committed. Our anticipated goal is May of 2022 to close on the project, meaning bringing all of our financing together. And just to remind you, is 24 1- and 2-bedroom apartments at the corner of Euclid and Haddon Avenue, with about 25,000 square feet of commercial space, and then 8 units adjacent to Fayers at 1410 to 1416 Haddon Avenue. And so this has the potential to be a game changer, change the landscape for Haddon Avenue, and to begin to bring the type of vibrancy that you talked about in the neighborhood strategic plan. Also, Miosha, you know, through the neighborhood plan, what we heard from the community was that there was a need really to create a coalition or to support the tenants in this community. And as a result, what happened, Miosha?
Yes, we started what was established as what we call our rent equity initiative. And it really is a way to support not just tenants in Parkside, but we can also reach out to others in the city. Learn, educating them on their tenants' rights and things that are available to them. Of course, we know the pandemic has hurt a lot of families economically with a loss of income. And so we have been going extra hard with getting information out in the community and as the city as a whole that the eviction moratorium ends January 1st. So we've had many outreach events throughout this Parkside where we helped individuals apply for rental assistance or utility assistance. And so we're going to have another event this coming Monday, the 13th, here at our office from 9 a.m. to noon. Please give our office a call, 856-964-0440, extension 14. You'll reach Deja. She can walk you through the steps of applying for their assistance. There is still money out there, but people need to apply today. As of January 2nd, landlords can get lockout orders. So they are filing for the eviction, but they just cannot lock you out until that time. And we don't want to see anyone out in the cold during this winter. So please come on out. You could just come out. You don't have to make an appointment. Just make sure to have some of the required documents with you, like your ID, a copy of your lease. If you have a lower, like any pay stubs or proof of income, please come out. We're here to help you. There are resources available. Also, if there's anyone who's in foreclosure, potentially losing their home to foreclosure, you can also call Deja at that same extension 14. She can work with you on all those things. So yes, rent equity has definitely been a great asset of information and research sources and referrals to anyone here in the city. So it's not just for Parkside. So please share the information.
And so, yeah, absolutely. So for you, friends, neighbors, family members, please alert them to the fact that this program is available. This opportunity is available. You're going to actually see door hangers throughout the community starting tomorrow. Again, just making sure that we're engaging and providing information to the community so that they are aware of the opportunity to have assistance and support. Okay. And so last but not least, and there's so many more things that we could mention, but we wanted to keep this as short as possible. But I think it's really important to mention the fact that in 2021, we were successful with securing a fully funded NRTC, Neighborhood Revitalization Tax Credit application funding. And we have with us tonight a guest presenter who just happens to be American Water, who just happened to be the investor in our NRTC application. And so in addition to that, Sarah talked earlier about the neighborhood preservation program. And so we were successful with the city also in securing that very important designation to really help to support our small business community. And so with the NRTC funding and with NPP funding, the 10 unit for sales project, the gap was filled. We will be offering small business facade grants. We will be offering grant assistance to small businesses. We will begin to market and brand Haddon Avenue. There will be homeowner repair grants available because the NRTC has helped us to fund that. Rehab and occupancy of 1327. We're already working with an architect who's designing the specifications for that building, the old Just for Kids site. So you will begin to see construction happening. Also, expansion of our urban agriculture and healthy living programs is a part of the funding that we were able to secure. And last but not least, we believe, our priority really in this work is the community. And so it's important for us to maintain a sense of cleanliness, beautification. And so we will continue to fund our clean team. You've seen the guys who walk around, they clean up along Haddon Avenue, they clean up along the medians, they clean up vacant lots throughout the community. Also, we'll continue with our community meetings, our events. We had maybe 5 events this year, despite the pandemic. And one of those was our pop-up on the Ave, which previously was our Haddon Avenue Street Festival. And so with that, just wanted to share, and also wanted for you to join me in a cheer, quite like Sarah, I was a cheerleader back in the day. So if you could join with me in a cheer and saying, P. Repeat after me. P. You gotta have some P. 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 I. Everybody spelled it right. So PBCIP, what does that mean? Parkside Business and Community in Partnership. Yay! Yay! So guys, 2022 is going to be a phenomenal year. Looking forward to all that it has to bring for PBCIP and for each and every one of you. And so now I'm going to turn it over to our guest for this evening. We have Alicia Barbieri, and we have Adam McDonough. I'm pronouncing your name probably incorrectly. Sorry about that. Make the correction.
Close enough. Close enough.
And so they're with us, and they're going to talk about the construction project. And we have some background noise, so I think someone needs to mute themselves. But they're going to talk about the construction that's currently happening on Vesper Boulevard.
Yes.
So I'm going to turn it over to you, Alicia.
To hear you.
Thank you, great. Quick question, Bridget. I'm unable to share my screen. Is there a way to do that?
Yes. And Cool C, we can't hear. Can you turn the music down? Maybe.
You should be able to share your screen now.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah.
And for everyone that has their microphones on, please mute your microphones, please, so that we don't get a lot of background noise from the inside of the houses. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And can everyone see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent, thank you. And a quick note before I jump in, you know, the NRTC grant could not have gone to a better community. I know Mark McDonough, Denise Free, and all the folks at New Jersey American Water are so proud to work with the amazing team and community. But I just wanted to, you know, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia Barberi. I'm the communications manager at American Water, supporting our Camden Contract Services team. And a big thank you to Bridget and Sheila for squeezing us into this agenda. It's jam-packed. And DJ Cool C for the music. I really hope that, you know, DJ Cool C could come to every one of my events, because it's been such a cool experience to have some music in the background. Usually they're much more boring than this. But, you know, I don't want to stop the fun too much, but, you know, we thought, being an annual meeting, it was a great time to share a quick update. And, you know, we are really just thrilled to partner with PBCIP and the Camden community as we continue to work together on this improvement project in the Parkside area. I know the last time we presented to this group was back in June, where we announced the next steps to remain compliant with the new water quality standards mandated by the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection for emerging compounds. And we ended that meeting with an overview of the proposed Parkside Capital Project Plan, and really just looking ahead towards, you know, next steps, the zoning approval, and more. So, you know, roughly 6 months later, here we are, and we wanted to briefly provide an update to this group and the community on the progress of the project. So with that, I'm joined by additional team members of American Water, Joey, who you all know, and Adam and Brian, who I will let introduce themselves, but they work very closely with the city and are here to provide some updates and photos. So Adam, over to you.
Thanks, Alicia. I'm not sure. I know Brian had another commitment. I'm not sure if he's still on or not. I don't see his name, but good evening, everyone. Thanks for having time. If you could go to the next slide, we'll do this relatively quickly. So the project that we're working on at the Parkside plant is on the vacated portion of Vesper Boulevard at the corner of Vesper and Park. And on the right side here is sort of a rendition of what we believe the project is going to look like when finished. I know if you've driven past this area, you've probably seen quite a bit of construction activity in the last 3 to 4 weeks. Things have changed relatively quickly. And if we go to the next slide, we'll show a few of that slides of that activity. A lot of concrete pouring for the base of the building and the concrete pad to hold the filter vessels. And you can see the pumper truck and them pouring the foundation on one portion of the building. Next slide, please. This is the tank portion of the pad, which will hold the carbon vessels, and that's with the concrete setting up. Next slide. Just another view from the other angle, looking back toward Vesper and Park after they've taken the forms off. And the next slide. And this is activity that was late last week, where we're actually beginning to set the treatment vessels onto the pad. So there'll be 4 of these vessels. And the slide on the right is just what we refer to as a valve tree, which is how we'll control flow to the different portions of the treatment train once it's operational. Brian, are you on? I'm not sure if Brian's on.
Yeah, I'm here, Adam. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to turn things over to Brian, who's our general manager in our contract services group.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Although I'm not from Parkside, I am a third generation San Franny, born and raised in the city of Camden in the Fairview section. So I have a lot of history and background with the Parkside area. I've been attached to the water project, although not for American Water the whole time, but I'm going on my 26th year. So I'm very familiar with the city and everything involved in the Parkside area. So just to continue on Adam's update, this is the process of them setting the treatment train vessels. They will be in a series of two vessels per train. Next slide, Alicia. And our next steps actually ongoing today was the installation of the chlorine contact main, which is part of the project. That's ongoing today. Our next steps will be commissioning of the granulated activated carbon treatment vessels. We're expected to be operational by the end of the year with water flowing through the vessels, although the project won't be completely finished by that time. We will do some winterization of the exposed piping that Adam talked about, the trains and the valving. The additional project improvements will continue into 2022, which will be a new sodium hypochlorite room with a future UV treatment option for another emerging contaminant that the DEP is probably going to recognize in the coming years. And we are on track for a complete project completion by the end of Q3 2022. And the next slide, Alicia. With that, I think we'll open it up for any questions you have for us. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Alicia.
I do. This is Michelle Banks Spearman.
Hi, Michelle.
I just wanted to point out, when you say that you're going to finish, you mean that we're actually going to have the new building there that's going to
Correct.
house the vessels.
Correct. The vessels won't be inside the building, as we talked about. The vessels will be, you'll be able to see the vessels. The building will encapsulate the future UV room and the new sodium hypochlorite room.
And the other thing I wanted to bring to the community's attention is the contractor is going to be using the parking lot inside the field for the parking of their, for the vehicles, for the parking of the construction workers' vehicles. And they've entered into an agreement with the Camden School District and the city of Camden to use that site. And that's just temporarily while the improvements are under construction. But we did want the community to know that.
Thanks, Michelle.
And I'm sure this was mentioned, but I just completely missed it. So again, construction completion is estimated for when?
Sometimes in the third quarter of next year will be full completion, but the plant will be operational with the new carbon vessels by the end of this year.
I have a question. How will this benefit the city, or what? I'm not understanding the vessels and things.
So the vessels are filled with a carbon material, which will remove this emerging contaminant that is found. And not to alarm it, it's not just the city of Camden problem. This is a nationwide problem. So the vessels will contain the material, the contaminant, and not allowed to escape into the system to come into the homeowner's home.
Okay, so this what I'm thinking is this is to affect our water so that our water will be better.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And so when will that site be back on the grid? So is that the end of the year, or is it at construction completion next year?
It should be operational and putting water early in January is our target. We actually hope to be treating the water by the end of December, but certainly by the early part of January, we'll have that back online.
And how does that affect residents here in the community? I mean, should they expect to experience anything, something?
Other than the construction activity, I mean, I think, there's a lot of visible activity there. I mean, that's the one thing that why we wanted to be a part of these meetings and let you know what's going on. You won't notice, it's very unlikely that you'll notice any difference in the water coming into your home, but it's going to treat the water to a higher quality than we are currently treating. And I don't want to alarm anybody. We're meeting all of the drinking water standards of the Safe Drinking Water Act from the EPA and New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. But this treatment's necessary because of the changes in regulation that are coming. So, when we put the plant back online, there shouldn't really be any noticeable difference in a residence
Quality of
home.
the water.
Will our water bill go up?
She beat me to the punch.
Yeah. So that's not my department, but I don't believe there's any rate change that the city of Camden has put in. So I might turn that back to Michelle, but I'm not aware of any rate increase that is currently in the future. So, and that's not something that American Water controls. That's controlled by the city of Camden.
Does this affect the city of Camden or just the Parkside area?
Well, this water mainly goes to the area, to the area in and around Parkside, because there is water that also comes from the Morrisdale Air Treatment Plant. And, currently for the next couple of years, there is water being purchased from New Jersey American. So it's a blend of water, but the water coming from this treatment plant really goes in and around the Parkside area. So that there's about 25% of the water that gets delivered to the Camden system comes from the Parkside plant.
Any effect on the water pressure?
Shouldn't be any change.
Thank you.
Sure.
Would we
Good
be
question.
notified if this process is even working?
Yeah, you would be notified. Yeah, I'm highly confident that the process is going to work. This is the best available technology as deemed by EPA. So highly confident that it's going to work. You get a consumer confidence report each year that will summarize the results of the chemicals that are required to be monitored. So you would be able to see if any of those levels are exceeded or what the treatment levels are. So I think if you would be able, in a year or so, you'd be able to compare those two reports, you would be able to see that.
I understand you don't want to alarm anyone, but I think we deserve to know the name of the emerging contaminant that you speak of.
Sure. So that's a very good question. So this is a group of compounds that are known or referred to as PFAS, PFAS, and they're polyfluorinated and perfluorinated carbon compounds that are, as Brian mentioned, they have been contaminating water supplies around the country. There's significant contamination in the New Jersey area, but there are water supplies all over the country that are coming from this compound. And these compounds, there's about 16 compounds that are known as PFAS. New Jersey is regulating 3 of them currently. They're a little bit ahead of the curve from the federal standards. And these compounds are things that went into a variety of manufacturing processes, things that went into the manufacture of automobile parts, things that were into firefighting foams and things like that. And these would be, kind of migrating into groundwater and surface water supplies. They're in very minute part per trillion levels that they're regulated at. So there's 3, which is PFOA, PFOS, and PFAS are the current three standards in the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection Safe Drinking Water Act.
Thank you. And I know you.
What is area?
Go ahead.
Now, I was going to also ask. I know there's been upgrades with the piping systems. Are indoor residential pipes a concern as well if they're older?
Yes. So I just maybe I want to understand your question. There is a newer regulation that is on the horizon for lead service lines in New Jersey that will be coming. More information is coming. Those compliance dates are a little bit into the future. Is that what you're referring to? So that's the line between the main and goes into the home.
That's correct. But once it's in the home, if a lot of homes have older piping, is there a certain compliance that needs to be upheld within the home itself?
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. It's going to be the water supplier's responsibility to make sure that the line between the main and the home is of a material other than lead or lead containing material. I'm not aware of any regulation for in the home, though.
What is the danger of having a unit like this in the middle of a community?
It's a good question. Let me think about that a little bit. I mean, you have very similar treatment vessels in the current Parkside facility. This is not a high pressure system. It is pressurized, but not high pressure. I don't, think that it's any more risky than what you already have there in the Parkside community with the existing Parkside plant. It's a treatment, it's a water treatment plant. I mean, there are moving components. There's security around it. I don't think it poses any imminent threat to the community by its existence, but it isn't. It is sort of an industrial treatment plant. It's a water treatment plant. So
it doesn't give off any toxins.
Not that I know of. No, not, and this process won't introduce anything differently than what's there currently.
Adam, how long ago was the last treatment plant? The same. I mean, how long ago was the last treatment plant put in Parkside? How long ago?
Okay, I'm going to have to turn to my buddy Brian for that if he's still on.
Yeah, I'm here. So the original plant was constructed in 1958.
Okay.
It did go through some upgrades in 1999 and 2000, where we added new filters to it. We added the sludge handling process to it, a new generator. So 1958 original and 99 were the upgrades.
Okay. I heard the word fluoride, if I'm not mistaken. You're saying that this plant, this container will have some type of fluoride something in it. Is that what you're saying?
No. So no, it might be my Pittsburgh accent. So that's where I originate from. So I apologize. It's fluorinated.
Fluorinated,
is what I
okay.
said. So the compounds that we are removing are the poly and perfluorinated compounds. So
okay,
that's what's getting removed in trace levels.
Okay. And in comparison to something that I think we all may be aware of is the Detroit, Michigan situation, or the Flint, Michigan, better yet, situation. So we are nowhere near there, right?
No, we just, this, so that the Flint, Michigan had to do with the corrosion of the water lines and plumbing based on the corrosivity of the water that was treated. So We are in compliance. The water system just completed its compliance sampling for the lead and copper rule. And there were no samples that were above any action level. So the corrosion treatment in the water in the Camden system is in very good condition. So that's the indication that the corrosivity of the water isn't causing a problem like happened in Flint. So we don't have that issue.
The bad stuff that's coming, that you're getting rid of out of these tanks. Okay, the bad stuff. Where is the bad stuff going?
So what will happen is, this carbon, this granular carbon is inside the vessel, and we'll be monitoring the treatment process to when that carbon cannot hold any more of that chemical. So the first vessel treats, and then there's a backup vessel to it. So once the first vessel will exchange that for new carbon, that carbon will be taken out and taken to a basically an incinerator, but it won't be incinerated, but the chemicals will be incinerated, and then that carbon can be used in other water treatment applications on the industrial side. So it will be removed from the area, it will be burned off, and then that carbon can be reused, recycled to others, but it won't come back to this facility. We'll have what they refer to as virgin carbon put back into the vessels and start the process over again.
Adam, is this filter process similar to like when you put a filter on your faucet, like pure filters?
Very much. I mean, it's the same material that, in a refrigerator filter, an ice maker filter, or a tap filter, where you see granular carbon. It's the same material, just in a much larger quantity. That's what's in those big vessels that we saw the photo of.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Alicia, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna reiterate, Adam's earlier point that these emerging compounds are not a Camden specific issue. There are multiple challenges that the water industry faces, when it comes to water quality, but this is why, the team in American Water really just remains steadfast in its commitment to be a leader in the U.S. water and wastewater industry. So, we're very grateful for the partnership between the city of Camden and our team, that provides access to these types of resources, so it would benefit Camden residents and businesses. So, another thing I think it's important to also share is, the water in Camden system currently meets or surpasses all drinking water standards under the Safe Drinking Water Act. That, Adam mentioned it once, but it's super important that we also mention it again. So, we welcome all of these questions and more. And I put a URL in the chat where we do share all of our announcements that go out to members in the community. We post updates, we post our newsletters, we post any information that we have and able to share with the team there. So that's probably the best resource. I know we have a community newsletter that we send out. Joey, keep me honest, monthly, quarterly. If individuals are interested in joining that newsletter, we would be happy to collect email addresses. You don't have to put them in the chat, but maybe we can connect offline, Sheila or Bridget, to add to our list, and that way we can just keep everyone informed. Again, that's why we come on these types of calls. We want to keep people up to date. We want to be as transparent as possible with everything that's going on. So we're so grateful for the questions, because it gives us an opportunity to really explain and share that this is all a good thing, that we are putting resources back into the community, into the water system to make it even better. So Adam, I didn't know if I cut anyone off. If anyone had anything to share, I just felt empowered to share that.
Yeah. So Alicia, it might be a great idea for the team to come back to a future meeting after the, things are operational, and we can really kind of determine whether in fact the community has been impacted or not, and get a broader sense of, the time frame and what to anticipate going forward. So you're willing to come back March, April. I mean, I will hear it from the community, but I think it would just be great to continue to have dialogue around this.
Yes, it would be.
So we'll coordinate with you offline. You tell us when and we'll be here. That's not a problem.
And so, you know, your person for that is Sheila. So she will definitely connect. Yes. Are there any other questions from the community?
Oh yeah, I do have a question. Earlier this year, I worked for the state, and they were concerns of issue with the Legionnaire disease. Is that any concern of yours as far as the water that we're getting?
It should not be. No, your water is treated with a level of chlorine and the chlorine residual. So the Legionella virus, which causes Legionnaire's disease, it is something that can be waterborne, but is easily disinfected. So that's not a concern. We monitor, you know, bacteriological quality around the system on a routine basis. And that's an indication if there's any problems from a bacterial standpoint, and we haven't seen that. So we take, I think, 50 samples a month around the Camden system. So it's not a concern. I mean, it's something that we are concerned that we're treating adequately for, but we don't see any detection that would indicate that that's present.
Thank you.
It's a good question.
Everything's a good question.
Hi, my name is Alicia, and I do have a question. I just wanted to find out, or it seems like this particular contaminant is just not also in Canada, it's present in other throughout the U.S. Has there been any studies or anything that you have pulled from other areas to see whether or not the effectiveness of your particular solution of building a treatment plant? I mean, have there been any type of analysis, and I mean, any studies? Has this been done in other parts of the country, and what have been the results? And also, from the particular contaminants that are in the water that you're treating, what have you learned about the disease or any type of long-term effects from it?
So I'm trying to take those. There were a few questions there. Is it Alicia?
Alicia.
So Alicia, sorry. So the short answer is this technology has been put in to treat this set of chemicals, the PFAS chemicals, a number of places across the country. So when EPA makes a guideline for a maximum contaminant level, they also provide guidance on what's considered the best available technology for treatment of that chemical. And this carbon treatment is considered the best available technology and most effective technologies. There's two treatments. There's ion exchange and granular carbon, which are equally effective in removing that. So it's a pretty proven technology, and it's been around for a good while. The contamination in this area is only within the last few years of detection. So that's why, you know, in this area, we haven't seen it. I'm not an expert on, you know, the health effects, but, you know, EPA does have, if you can Google, you know, PFAS or poly, you'll see guidance on that and on how that, you know, why they're regulating it. So I'm just not an expert to talk about what those potential health effects might be. So I'm sorry, I can't answer that last question, but I can try to find some information, maybe provide a link where you can get that information from EPA. Would that be okay? I guess I'd provide that to Alicia. Okay.
Adam, if you could send it to us, and then we'll make sure
Yeah.
it goes out to the community at large. We send out e-blast on a weekly basis, and we can embed it in those weekly notifications. And then it might be worthwhile for a future meeting just to have someone perhaps from EPA or, someone just to talk to us about PFAS and, its effects and how, what you're creating here could help either eliminate or, but to answer some of these questions. I think that's really important. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been working very closely with New Jersey DEP along with the city. We meet with them monthly, but I think that could be a good kind of third party opinion and opportunity to ask questions there too.
Yep.
That's awesome. Seeing that April is Earth Month, I don't even give it a week anymore. It's a whole month now. So we have Earth Month. I think that would be a good time to get DP and a few others to come back, American Water, and we can have like a whole conversation around the whole thing, because the state of New Jersey has been fighting the lead poisoning from various places, whether it was lead paint poisoning or lead piping or whatever the case may be. Excuse me. They've been working on this for decades. And as some of the members here tonight, Miss Patricia and a few others were concerned about the fact that the piping, in this city is very, very old. And, we can purify the water and we can do all of this stuff and get all of the chemicals right in the water. But if it's still coming through lead pipes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. It's like we're still defeating the purpose. So it's something else that may need to be discussed later on down the road, because the actual, water that comes into the city by way of the mains and then connected to each individual house. Some houses have new piping that's connected to the main, and then there's some that are connected another way, but they're still old pipes. And just so you'll know, the day before Thanksgiving this year, at the corner of Baird, Kenwood, and Kane, we had a 30-foot drop in the middle of the street. The street just opened up and the whole street just dropped, and it was 30 feet. So we don't know what caused that. All I know is that when we looked down there, it was a long way down. That's all we know. And it was a lot of old cobblestone bricks, and it was a whole lot, it was stuff in there. It was like, if anybody's seen the movie La Brea, if you've seen the show La Brea, it was not good. It was not good at all. But that's what we're up against, because we have all this extra traffic on top of us, and that is causing our underlying streets. There's streets piled on top of each other, and our water lines are in between these things. So now that American Water was you guys are staunch in what you do. I've done a lot of research on you. You're really good at what you do. We just want to make sure now that we finally get an opportunity to get the right kind of piping and everything else that's going to flow from home to main and from wherever the water is coming in, and it's going to be just the way it's supposed to be, without there being any long-term effects from something, or later on down the road finding out that we didn't have to do that. We could have done this instead. But I think April will be a good time for us to have that full conversation where we can sit down and talk about it completely. And then that way we can really do our full Q&A. If you thought this Q&A was, wait till you see the next one. Yes, but I thank you so much for that.
Ms. Sheila, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and Ms. Bridget for giving us the time, and the rest of you for asking the questions. Like Alicia said, this is important for us to know so we can be able to come and answer your questions. These are real questions, real concerns, and we want to make sure that you're in the know and support that as much as possible. So Ms. Green, I know you'll be in my email. We'll set something up for April. And Ms. Bridget and Ms. Green, you know how to reach me. So any other questions that come your way, please send them my way. Yeah, I'm always happy to jump on a call and support and answer as much as I possibly can or connect you with the right folks.
Thank you, Joey. We appreciate you so much. Okay, so if there's no more other questions for American Water, and we appreciate them coming and at least bringing us the information on what was, to be done in our Parkside area. We appreciate
Sheila,
that.
I have my hand up.
Oh,
So,
it's a
hi.
hand.
Yeah. So, hi, hello, guys. This is Tasha Gainey Humphrey, a Parkside resident. But I also want to say I called on Parkside. You're talking about lead and the service pipes and American Water. So I am the program manager for Lead Free New Jersey, which is with New Jersey Future. So I'll be happy to talk to you more in detail about the work that we're doing for the ARP grant about trying to help with lead remediation in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah. So it would be great to add that component as well. And do we believe April is a good date? Is there any way for us to do it sooner than that? Or does April sit well with everyone? Just put in the chat if you have an opinion.
Because go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, for me to put in the chat, Bridget?
Anyone that's on, anyone in Zoom. So
only reason why I looked at April is because according to the almanac, we're going to have a rough winter. It's not going to be pretty. So I figured, well, we might as well go ahead and just wait until it all goes away and then try to figure out what we got to do next. Because that way we can get some idea of what's going on, see what the grounds look like, see what everything looks like, and then have these conversations and go on from there. Tasha, that would be a great time for you to be able to bring all of that together.
Awesome. Well, Joey, it was great seeing you. Alicia, sorry, Adam. I wanted to say Mark. That's why I just couldn't get it together. Mark Madonna, who happens to be the president of American Water. So, thank you guys.
I know Mark, but we're not related.
Yeah. So thank you so much. And Brian, we appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Well, we thank everybody for that. And we are coming into the last few minutes of our meeting, which is what we call our paint and sip. Yay!
Paint and sip.
So in your baskets, there are glasses and there is a bottle of sparkling cider. And there's an easel and some not crayons, but oil crayons. And we want everybody to get your stuff out. And all we want you to do tonight is really just relax. Let's just talk and Cool C is going to play some nice music in the background. And we're just going to draw the circle, the tree. The tree of life has been the biggest symbol that we've come across in a while. And, Parkside came across the symbol of we call it the sidewalk flower. And from there it grew and it just kept growing. So we want you to take an opportunity to look at your screen, and that little tree that you see right there doesn't look like a major thing, but it's a major thing because it's all connected. So I would like for you to draw it. I want you to write your name at the bottom of it. And we're going to ask you later on in the year to actually share yours with us so that we can actually do a collage and put it up somewhere, whether it's going to be outside or inside or at the society. We don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but I will let you know. So let's enjoy paint and sip time.
Christmas time, I hear the people laughing.
smiling, being happy again.
You turn it up or turn it down or?
Christmas time.
Turn it down just a little,
Merry
see?
How's that?
That's good. Thank you. Also, please save a little bit of your little champagne, your little well, champagne, your well,
Happy
in
hour
your
drink.
head you can call it champagne, okay? But save a little bit at the end so we can toast each other because this is our last meeting for the year. So we would just like to toast each other and just wish each other the best of love and everything at the end, okay? And we want to see some of your photos, some of your pictures at the end as well. So I know we only got a few more minutes, but we may go over maybe about 5 or 10 minutes. It's okay.
Happy people join together for the love of Christmas time. Ooh, and they feel that way. Every Christmas day. Every year at Christmas time, I hear the people laughing, smiling, being happy again.
I'm trying to get this plastic off of here right first.
Ooh, at Christmas time. Ooh, I wish that every day of the year could have the love that we feel on Christmas at Christmas time, hear the people laughing, smiling, being happy again. Ooh, at Christmas time. Every year at Christmas time. Every year at Christmas time. At Christmas time. At Christmas time, Christmas time, Merry, merry, Christmas time. Have a merry, merry, a merry, 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 merry Christmas time. Oh, Christmas time.
Hang on the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better. this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Presents and cards are here. My world is filled with cheer and you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do. This Christmas, fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Shake a hand now. The fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to know you better this Christmas. And as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas, fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Merry Christmas. Shake a hand now. Wish your brother Merry Christmas all over the land now.
Well, cool. See, can we bring it down a little bit more? So seeing that we're coming into 8 o'clock and we do have to do our final business for this evening, which is our election. I would like to ask our vice chair of Parkside Business, Ms. Tasha Gainey Humphrey, to come on to speak to the audience about membership and its importance and why it makes a difference in the Parkside community. And she in turn will introduce the chair of PBCIP, and we will go from there with Miosha, and we will do the election, and we'll finish out. Okay, that's all right with everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm here.
Tasha, you there?
Hello, everyone. Yep. Hello, everyone, and happy holidays to you. Once again, Tasha Humphrey. And I just want to first of all, I want to send a major thank you out to all our current members that we have currently for the year 2021. We had PBCIP has had amazing members, and the work that we do, we wouldn't be able to do without your support. So I just want you all to give yourself a round of applause for just being supportive of us and paying your $12 and even joining in the festivities, which are awesome. But I posted not too long ago when we got those wonderful baskets that we received. And those wonderful baskets, you couldn't even use $12 to buy those baskets. But those baskets that they took the time out to deliver to the members' home was well appreciated. And I believe that membership has their benefits, right? So yeah, so membership has their benefits, and the basket was just a symbol of their appreciation for us. But the things they have done throughout this whole COVID thing that we
Yeah.
have been going through since 2020 until today, making sure that we have sanitizer, making sure that they are bringing us the information Sheila brings to us on a daily, on a monthly basis, and just keeping us knowledgeable about what's going on in the city. That's a great thing to do. And so I just encourage you all to continue to pay your $12 for membership. I encourage you to get your friends and families that live in the Parkside area to join the membership, rather than renters or home buyers. But because that $12 comes with so much more than that basket. It comes so much more than this holiday celebration. It comes with a family with PBCIP. Bridget goes over and beyond the work that she does. Miosha in the home ownership classes. Sheila Green providing community services. Sarah making sure that we are getting in the money and the grants and everything. And Latina and Asha and Roots for Prevention. Like, what more can you ask for in the community and here in Kansas City? So I encourage you once again to pay your $12 for your membership. Bring your friends and family, talk them all about it. And like I said, membership has their benefits. Thank you.
Thank you, Tasha. Thank you so much. With that being said, we're going to move right along to our chair, Mr. Oscar Spencer. And I think he and Miosha are working together with this. I'm not sure. I don't handle this part of it. So Miosha, if you're still there, I think
Oscar, you're unmuted. There you go.
Yeah, I'm
There you-
unmuted. Yep, I have it.
Good. There you
Thank
go.
you, thank you, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Oscar Spencer, I'm the current chair of PBCIP. And just to reiterate with what Tasha just said, it's very important for us to continue to increase our membership. I think Sheila's goal was to have us over 100, and we're at somewhere around 104 this year. So I'd like to get us to at least maybe, let's keep on moving up and try to get 125 for next year. We should have even more than that.
Why
but
not 200?
Why not? We can shoot for the stars. You know, we can always shoot high. If we fall short, we shot high anyway. So that's what we want. That's what we want to do. As board, we are just we're the support for the office for Bridget, Sarah, Miosha. We're the support. We give just information that we think that would be helpful. We're a sounding board on things that she brings to the table and funds that they're looking for. That's what we do as a board. We're the sounding board. We have openings for additional board members. If someone's interested in being a part of the board, please, we welcome it. We welcome you to be a part of it. We're trying to be as involved as we are. We have some board members that, we have people like Brian Chu. We thank him for being a part of it. We thank Deb Moran. We thank Michael Hammond, who are been on our board for quite some time, and they've been very supportive. And all that we do, we input the organization as a whole. So at this point in time, we had two openings, we had two positions that were their time limit was up, and they decided that they wouldn't mind running again. And they were the only two people that volunteered to want to be on the board. So we did our voting, our tally, and our tally. It was really just a formality because all they needed was one vote each because it was only two openings and it was two people. So one had 32 and one had 28 votes. So as I said, all they needed was one, and they were the winners of the position as a board member for the next 4 years. 4 years, Miosha? Yeah, 4 years. So the two board members are Aaron Spencer and Yanni Spencer. So at this time, the newly elected PBCIP board members will pledge their oath of service to the organization and the community. Afterwards, board members continuing for the next year are asked to publicly reaffirm this oath of office of service as well. Aaron Spencer and Yanni Spencer, please turn on your camera and microphone. There. I don't see him.
Yeah, she's still at she's at work.
Okay. Okay, so she'll get sworn in at our next meeting. And Aaron will get sworn in at this point in time. There's no greater privilege than aspiring to serve others in the community. As leaders, you are stewards of Parkside Business Community and Partnership. Your highest concern should be for the care and well-being of your neighbors here in Parkside. Despite all the skills you bring to your elected role on the PBCIP Board of Trustees, you are committing to become even stronger and more skilled than you are now if you are to achieve our vision of Parkside as a unique and vital neighborhood in Camden. You are about to embark upon a great time of service to others and tremendous personal and professional growth for yourself. Enjoy this time in your life. It's a great adventure. Aaron, please repeat after me. I do solemnly pledge.
I do solemnly pledge
that I understand the founding principles of Parkside Business Community and Partnership.
that I say that again.
That I understand the founding principles.
That I understand the founding principles.
Parkside Business Community and Partnership.
Parkside Business Community and Partnership.
To work to create a strong workforce.
To work to create a strong workforce.
Solid infrastructure.
A solid infrastructure.
And a well-developed sense of community.
And a well-developed sense of community.
Here in Parkside.
Here in Parkside.
I further pledge.
I further pledge.
That I will, insofar as I am able.
That I will, insofar as I am able.
Promote the advancement of the organization.
Promote the advancement of the organization.
And of my neighborhood.
And of my neighborhood.
And that I will give myself.
And that I will give myself.
In service to both.
In service to both.
I promise to support the letter and the spirit of the articles.
I promise to support the letter and the spirit of the articles.
Of incorporation.
Of the corporation.
The bylaws and the regulations.
The bylaws and the regulations.
A Parkside Business Community and Partnership.
A Parkside Business Community and Partnership.
Will all PBCIP trustees please turn on your camera at this time and respond accordingly? This is for all members of the board that are on. PBCIP board members, your obligation is to be an active member of this organization, to work together to meet the goals and challenges before us. Do you pledge to give all of yourself in the performance of your duties as trustee? That would be raise your hand and say, I do.
I do.
Okay. Congratulations, Aaron, for another term of office as a board member of PBCIP.
Thank you.
All right, and at this time, I'm turn the program back over to Sheila Green. And I must say, Sheila has done, over the years, she served in many capacities, and she's always doing an excellent job going through the community, working for the board. She was a board member. She went further on to be a worker for the board. in terms of community outreach, and she just does a tremendous job in all that she does in working and promoting PBCIP.
Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure. And with that being said, we welcome back our board member, Aaron Spencer, also our fireman, Aaron Spencer, because we're never going to forget that part. But we just want to thank everyone for being here tonight. And this is our time to do our toast so that we can say our goodnights to each other. We have little information. Our last thing that we have to, I think, I gotta make sure I got all my information here because Bridget, she gives me a complete rundown of stuff. I know our next, our Parkside, State of Parkside meeting will be the 26th of January, 2022. That's going to be a very, very, very strong meeting. So we're praying that everybody will be able to attend. We'll give you plenty of time to let you know about it. Make sure that everyone knows, you know, that we're going to be doing that. But we're going to do a whole lot of new things in 2022, bringing more information so that everyone is more aware of what's going on as we have done in the past. But we just want to make sure that everything will continue to run as smoothly as it has in the past. We are in our final announcements and holiday farewell. Christmas gift certificate giveaways will be on Thursday, December 16th. We are still looking for a few more names of families in the Parkside area with children that are in need, that may be in need during this time period to get a little extra food, you know, to feed their families while they go through the holiday. Everything is up. Gas is up, food is up, everything is up. So a couple of extra dollars in a neighborhood where they can get to it, it'll help somebody. So if you do have names of, you know, families that have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 5 children, please send them to me at sgreen@pbcip.org. I need them by Monday. Well, if you can get them to me by tomorrow, that's fine, but no later than Monday. So that we can print out the certificates and get these out to the families that are in need. As I said, our State of Parkside meeting will be at 6 p.m. Wednesday on January 26, 2022. And we will have a lot to talk about then. It's going to be very interesting. A lot of things are changing and we're very grateful for 2021. We are very grateful. 2021 taught us a lot because we ran into 2020 thinking that everything was going to be okay, and it wasn't. And then all of a sudden we were in 2021 and it got a little better. So 2022 can only get better for us as we go forward. So I want to thank personally the staff that I've been working with now for a while. You know, I started with the newest member on the team. I don't know Annie, but I'll start with Annie and Deja and Asha. Latina was my right arm and she's my call buddy at night. We talk about everything at night and get everything together and get all the flyers together. Every flyer that you've ever seen done for PBCIP for all of our meetings has been done by Miss Latina Gaines. She's done them all. She does them herself, and she does an excellent job at it. She also does a lot of other things behind the scenes, and she's always willing to add to instead of take away from. She also is a part of Adolescent Achievers, which is her own nonprofit organization. I want to also thank Jonathan and the Clean Team. I want to thank Miosha, who, I don't say this to her enough, but Miosha is a backbone that seems like it cannot be broken. No matter what we do, no matter what is needed to be done, Miosha has it. And no matter how hard it may seem sometimes from her, she just does it because that's the way she knows how. And I appreciate you so much. And I just wanted to say that in public. I want to also thank Sarah for having every number that is on the planet in your head. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. And on top of that, you find a way to make baskets look beautiful, and you find a way to keep things running smoothly, and you find a way to make things look great at the end of the day. And it makes everybody happy at the end of the day. But
amen to that. Amen.
but my sister, my friend, my buddy, my night pal, my day pal, my don't make a difference what time of day or year it is for us to talk. Bridget Pfeiffer is a force to be reckoned with. I have never in my life met anybody like Bridget Pfeiffer. I have never seen anybody that does not sleep. I don't know. I think I saw Bridget sleep one time in 20 years. So I don't know what that's all about. But Bridget, as a CEO of an organization that went from an idea to what it is to this very day, without that leadership, it probably would have never made it. It probably wouldn't have. So with that being said, and I thank the board that stands together to get the right things done for the Parkside community. And with Oscar at the helm and Tasha the second, it makes things work well for us because we don't have to worry about fighting the board. We don't have to do that. We go to you with what we want, we tell you what we're going to do, and we do it. And it works really well for everybody. So I just want to thank all of this team. I just want to thank everybody that has been a part of it, and everyone that will continue to be a part of it. Please reach out, make sure that everybody knows that membership is highly important for all of us to continue to do the jobs that we're doing. And let's look forward to the following year. Let's go out of this year blessed as we came in the same year blessed. So if you have your little, little champagne glasses and your little drinkies, I got water. I'm sorry, I'm drinking water. I just want to toast to everybody. May the Lord watch between us while we are absent one from another. And take care of each other. Be as friendly as you've always been. Know that you have always been family and you always will be. We are who we said we would be. And we're going to be better as we go forward. I thank you all for everything that you've done, for all the years that you've been there, for every member that's been there for 20 years or more. I thank you all. I thank all of my seniors who have been there for us all the way through. And I look forward to seeing you in the years to come. Take care, be safe, be blessed. Drink up.
We are one.
And don't forget to take off your canvases. And if anyone would like to share, hold it up now. We'd love to see.
Yeah, let's see your canvases. Let's see. Show me something.
Nice. All right. Okay, nice color.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, got a lot of good ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget to sign them.
Oh.
And take pictures and send them to us.
Yeah, and we'd really like to get those from you if that's okay. So you can drop them off. We can come grab them, whatever you want to do. Just let us know.
Just make sure, put your name on the bottom of them, please, because we want to make sure you know it's yours. We like to maybe we may end up decorating inside the office for a minute because that's the safest place for it. But yeah, let's do that because that makes it feel like home, like everybody's still together.
Yeah,
so,
we can frame it as artwork. So
awesome. All
right.
Well.
All right. Everybody have a good night.
Cool C.
Cool C.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful holiday. Goodbye.
Thank you very much for
Christmas. Happy
everything.
New Year.
Thank you.
You guys. Blessed.
We lost Cool C again. Oh well.
I think so. I'm gonna stop.
Oh well.